I got bullied everywhere on the internet because of this video, where I am basically showing myself going to Vietnamese wedding without having an invitation before. But today—
Hello folks, I'm a YouTuber, I'm an internet influencer. I'm French. Don't you know an entitled white man can go anywhere he wants in Asia, especially to a place he was never invited to because of cultural differences? Meaning like, I get to exploit your culture and give you payback and exposure to show everyone what a white man can get away with in a different country.
Because I don't feel like I have done anything wrong.
I am an entitled white man, and my goal here is to show different cultures in the world and what white men can get away with, because that's what we do. We're entitled.
Are preparing for a wedding in the evening. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna ask nicely. If they say no.
So if this was my own country and I tried to do this, it would have not worked because they would have kicked me out. But they didn't because, well, I'm a white man and they would be racist if they did. And even if they did kick me out, I would still say they're racist because how dare they not let me into their Vietnamese wedding? What, they think they're better than me?
I'm French. You know, like he had all the context, right? Is it possible to come in? He could have said no.
What? What did you expect me to do? Uphold the same standards and behaviors I expect of everyone else, especially not white people? No, that's not what entitled white men do. We're gonna do what we want to do because we're entitled and we know that we can get away with it. White privilege.
Moment. So I come inside the main room, right? This is something that might answer a lot of you. Is yes, I was very uncomfortable inside. Everyone were looking at me. But when I really think about it, every time I go outside, already everyone is looking at me.
But I didn't feel like I had to leave because these Asians did not kick me out or forcefully tell me no. They instead were passive aggressive because of their little Asian culture.
I wasn't invited.
Because if this was in a Western country, they would have been kicked out immediately because they're Asian and we don't accept that kind of attitude or behavior. But since they're Asian and I'm an entitled white man, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do and stay.
I wasn't invited. Ceremony goes on. Incredible, beautiful couple. In the beginning when I arrived, I wanted to talk to the bride and groom, but I didn't want to bother them to come too close. I wasn't invited. Right? But we did have a lot of interactions with, especially with the groom. We looked at each other. I really felt welcome. We smiled at each other, like we really had a good time. I wasn't invited. I felt like they were happy to see me. I wasn't invited.
Yet I still was able to eat their food and take all this video, and yeah, people bullied me, but I'm never gonna learn my lesson because I'm not sorry.
We're surprised, yes, for sure. By the way, some people told me that foreigners, when they come to Vietnamese wedding, it's a symbol of luck.
Because, well, I'm entitled white man.
Moment when I felt like, oh, I really have to leave, right? I felt like people were surprised, but I didn't feel like I had to leave, or I didn't feel like I did anything wrong. I wasn't invited. I looked at the groom many times. I don't know, it just felt natural, you know?
White privilege.
I don't know what else to say. I'm very excited to see the cultures. I was really curious to see, and I'm still curious to see more. But I don't want to think that Vietnam was just this experience. Yes, this happened, okay, but I know Vietnam is much more than this, and there's a lot of great people, and I definitely didn't explain it the right way because I don't feel like I have done anything wrong. The full responsibility, I think I should have explained it more, in better details, in a better way, because I don't feel like I have done anything wrong. Don't want people to have a bad image of tourists coming, to have a bad image of French people coming and say, oh, we try to whatever. But this was my answer.
So my message here is that I'm not sorry, and if you're a white man in Asia and you're not invited to a wedding, go, because you can go anyways and they're not gonna force you out. They're just gonna treat you badly because they're racist, and yeah, you can eat all their food. Entitled white man privilege.